Free Cheese, episode 477. I'm your Joe Dix, joined by Matt Zellner.
Hello.
Mark Augustiniak.
What's up?
The Free Cheese is a weekly video game podcast about video games brought to you once a week by thefreecheese.com. This week, taking a small, slight, spooky detour away from our normal Season 10 shenanigans of playing and ranking video games to instead celebrate Halloween. This episode is airing today, October 31st, on 2022's spookiest day of the... I can't do this part anymore.
It's too scary, you gotta stop.
Yeah, sorry. Anyway, it's Halloween, so we're doing Halloween-style stuff. We're really just gonna hang out, kick it, and talk about horror-related things. I've got some topics and questions related to Halloween or spooky-esque things with regards to video games. I've also got a modification of a game we played earlier in the year called Demo Disc, where throughout the episode I will present a list of games, and I want to see if Matt and Mark know what these games have in common that would put them all on a demo disc together. But before we jump super deep into the deep, bloody end of the blood pool, happy Halloween. How you doing, Matthew?
Happy Halloween. I am doing great. Yeah, I don't have much else to say.
How did you land on Halloween this year?
It was
Been riding the wave?
Good. Yeah, I wrote. Yeah, probably more than I usually do. I played a spooky game. Well, more on that, I guess, a tiny bit later. But like that hit the mood, and then I got the movies. I got dumb deep into the Hellraiser franchise. And then, despite how deep I went, still couldn't get past 7. That was the draw the line after seeing 3 bad ones in a row.
I don't blame you. I bailed after 2.
It's to watch the new Hellraiser at time of recording. I've not watched the new one on Hulu, but by airing it, I would have watched it. And then, I got the conclusion to the DGG and Danny McBride Halloween. So I rewatched 78, the 2018 requel, and then Halloween Kills. That led into opening night when I saw Ends in theaters, which
nice.
I land on the side of liking. I do want to rewatch it though. Yeah. So I've been riding the wave, and there's going to be others. Yeah, that was I think that was a forum word for
okay. I get it.
A movie like that,
sequel.
but then Scream kind of doubled down on it with the new one this past year.
Did you watch that Scream?
Yeah. When that come out? 2021?
No, it was March.
That was March? Yeah, I saw it in theaters. I saw it with my sister.
Oh,
it was
dang.
fun. I liked it.
I did a cool thing for that one where I saw an ad that said Scream Paramount Plus, and I said, "Oh, sick!" So I bought Paramount Plus for a month. Wasn't available for like 4 days after, but I was already locked into watching Scream that day. So then I had to rent it for $7 or something. But still, yeah, pretty good. Mark, how's spooky season going for you? I know you had a shaky start. You and I were talking about that, not fully feeling the spirit of the ghoul.
Unfortunately, it's still kind of that. Just I don't know what it was. Like last year, just to give some context, like I thought I was experiencing burnout with the holiday because of like where I was working. Like I was a scare actor, so like just being in that place every day, you know how the magic works at those places, so it kind of ruined some of it for you in a way. rather than being just a attendee. But
Right.
but then here we are. I'm not working there this year, so that was actually kind of a nice thing to take a little break from that. But like I'm still, I don't know, it was just an off year. Nothing against the holiday personally, like I still love it, but it just seemed like this just wasn't the right time, even though I wanted it to be. You know, like a month or two before it, I was already hyped for October. Then here it comes. It's just blah. Nothing was working out the way I had hoped it would. Even I think my room even knew this before me, because like I have some decorations that I keep up, but I don't like there's lights I have around my bed, but I don't turn them on until October, and they just stay on the entire time. And then within a week, I've noticed each string of lights went out on different weeks. So now they're both just gone in the trash now. So it's just like, you know what? We're just gonna call it early. We're just
everybody needed a break.
We're just gonna hibernate starting now. I'll see you next year. But like movie wise,
oh yeah,
even movie wise, I didn't really watch too many. Like I usually have a movie a day that I want to watch and plan it out. Not really. I watched, like Matt, I watched Halloween, and then for some reason I wanted to watch the Spirit Halloween movie just to see how bad it was. It's bad.
Like the store Spirit Halloween.
Yes. They have a product placement movie. It's just a commercial for that. It takes place in a abandoned Toys R Us. They won't say it, but you can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just don't worry about it. But and Marvel's Werewolf by Night was actually pretty cool. I'll say that. That hit some good vibes. But that's basically all I did. It sucks. Most horror games.
There weren't.
Sorry,
yeah.
the last spot. I mean, that's been year round. The horror games never change. That's been the good constant throughout all of it. But yeah, that's my side of it.
I think it's the thing. Like, yeah, it never really like. Halloween's not a day for us, right? Like,
right.
I think there are the normies out there who hang out and they're like, it's October, time to watch horror movies the one time a year, and like I don't think that we're doing that anyway. I think obviously the season changes, so that kind of lights a fire in a different way to do things. Like I noticed as the weather started to break that I was like, I'm gonna drink more tea. Like I bought a bunch of, but specifically like fall flavored tea. I was buying stuff like that, whatnot.
Right.
Apple cider in the mix, like those types of things. I think seasonally I was getting into. I did watch a good bit. I feel like I watch horror movies every week anyway. That's just what we've got. We tend to gravitate towards that. But I think in the last, I was more September in terms of the like riding the wave high. You know what I mean? And now that we're in or through October, I kind of just like drifted on through. Speaking of movies, my first question of this episode: what is the best horror video game film adaptation? Yeah,
like
you got it, Matt.
A movie based on a horror game.
Yes.
Pool's
small in terms of.
Yeah,
I was trying to think. I've thought of Silent Hill and Resident Evil immediately. And I can't think of anything else, and I don't want to say.
Silent Hill was my first thought.
I don't want to say those movies.
I do. Shit, Silent Hill 1 is actually not that bad. As far I mean, even though like it could have been better.
Time since I've seen it.
Yeah, like it even though like it wasn't fully accurate, I still think it holds up even like on its own. Even if you never knew it was based on a game, I think that's why that one is pretty good. Like the director, I'm pretty sure he just only read like the back of the box or something like that. Unless I'm misinterpreting that, but I remember like he didn't really play the games or something, and was still able to kind of hit some of those notes. And then now we just got there was that Silent Hill transmission, so now he's coming back and wanting to take better care of that franchise as a film. So it seems like he wants to do his research a little more thoroughly this time with Silent Hill 2, or Return to Silent Hill, whatever it's going to be called. But yeah, I actually think that one is not a bad movie.
I guess I don't have one, because I remember not liking that first Silent Hill movie. I don't know if I ever saw the sequel or the reboot. Was that a reboot that they technically did?
The sequel? It's a sequel. Don't worry about it. Don't.
Okay, I don't think I ever saw it. So I think you said not to.
You will appreciate the first one more after seeing the second one. I'll tell you that.
And like, I don't know. I mean, that first Resident Evil movie, I think you had to get rid of the shock of it, like not being like Leon and Claire and stuff. I don't think it's that bad.
I remember seeing that in theaters.
That one's also like entertaining in its own right.
I mean, that laser room scene inspired that one brief little section in Resident Evil 4, but
yeah,
I think that's all I remember from that movie. It's like white.
That's all I remember.
And that laser. Yeah,
that. Well, and the little girl, which
you're all going to die down here.
Yeah. That.
Yeah, that was not bad. It's cheesy, but it's not like making you brain dead watching it. Like what? House of the Dead or Blood Rain or
right.
Forgot about the UA Bowl movies. Fuck.
Yeah, UA.
All right, now I got answers. Yeah, that House of the Dead. I watched that.
Yeah, so did
all the way through.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And I immediately regretted it.
And I remember the trailer was showing the only fight scene in that whole movie that you have to sit through the whole movie for just to get to it.
Did either of you watch that? I think it was like straight to streaming Doom movie from a few years ago.
I did. You know what? I don't know why I didn't really consider Doom horror.
I don't think of Doom as a horror game. It definitely has horror elements.
Yeah, it's like it's more on the sci-fi side for sure. But that one with The Rock, minus the Rock part, where it's just like the first person segment, it's actually also cheesy, but I kind of like it.
I never saw it outside of, clips and stuff like that, but yeah, I've not sat down and watched that all the way through.
Basically, like Carl Urban is basically the Doom guy in that movie.
Oh, that's good casting.
Yeah. I forgot what his name was in it, but they obviously don't say Doom guy, but
yeah. Mr. Doom.
You could just
that's
tell.
Who he is.
John Doom.
Yeah.
John Doom.
Exactly.
John Doom.
Spinning into our first demo disc segment. Basically, as we jump in and out of these demo discs, I'm going to read you a list of video games, and you're going to tell me what they have in common. Keep in mind, this is all Spooky Edition style, so it's going to be something spooky-ish. Ready? Your first list.
I'm ready.
Kirby's Dream Land. World of Illusion, starring Mickey Mouse and Donnie Duck. Leave it at Donnie Duck. Perfect.
Avoid copyright.
Yep. Katamari Damacy.
Alright.
Animal Crossing. And Costume Quest. What do those 5 games have in common?
I don't know about Katamari, I never played it. But, like, destroying a tree? Nor Costume Quest. I never played Costume Quest either.
I don't think you can destroy a tree in World of Illusion. You pass through trees, but I don't think that's the case.
I never played that game either.
I'm going to say they all share a common theme.
I mean, in a way they do. There's one specific thing you can do.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Or yeah, I'm looking for an element there. You'll notice in a lot of these lists, you could probably find more than one common theme. However, I've chosen a theme that binds these things together.
Gotcha. Wow. Okay.
It was Kirby, Donnie.
Yeah, Kirby, Donnie, Katamari,
costume,
Animal Crossing, and Costume Quest.
Animal Crossing.
Mm-hmm.
How far off am I if I say they all can like sprint?
Pretty far off.
Okay.
Can Kirby sprint though?
I mean,
yeah.
like,
if you double tap forward, he does like a little.
Sprinting probably, right? Like, yes, but remember, what's the spooky thing that ties all these things together? What is Halloween adjacent that ties all of these things together?
Is it like changing costumes?
Close. You're very close.
See, that's where I was going to say theme, because like,
because
these are all like kid-friendly games, but they have like a creepy factor to them that isn't exactly a horror element. Like Kirby's enemies are cute until you try to suck one of them off. Well, staying in there. But it turns into like, it gets more monstrous. Like the first enemy that you run into in a Kirby game, like you think you can try to
yes,
digest them, and you can't. But Costume Quest doesn't exactly have that.
I would say it's something that you do more. Thinking about Matt's proposition about costumes, what is the thing you do once wearing a costume?
Terrorize people.
And what can they do to avoid being terrorized?
Run away or beat you down.
Just let me know when you guys want to tap on this one.
I'm ready to tap because, like, again,
Sure.
I loosely know the games. I've never played them.
These games all have collectible candy.
Oh.
I wouldn't have gotten that.
You were right there with costumes, and I thought...
No, I don't even remember collecting candy in Kirby.
Hey, it's not that you collect candy, but candy is something you can pick up and eat, right? Like, same thing.
The lollipop is like the star in Mario. I remember that.
Yeah. But hey, we got through our first one. You should have a rough idea of kind of where I'm headed with these things. I think that, I don't know, that might have been the easiest one. We'll see.
Yeah, they can all sprint. Yeah.
That too. Have you ever dressed up as a video game character for Halloween?
No.
Yes.
Mark, while Matt considers whether or not he actually has, judging by that face, what have you dressed up as for Halloween?
It was a couple's costume. I was Steve Minecraft, and she was a creeper.
That's a pretty good costume.
The creeper was all homemade, so I was very impressed by that one.
Was it actually like squared off, or was it just like green paint?
It was just like a long ass box, and then attached 4 boxes at the bottom, and hand painted the whole thing.
That's pretty good.
Mine was a store-bought head, and I just had, the clothing.
Yeah.
Very easy.
Matt,
did you look like you had a revelation?
I did. Yes, I did. In college. for a bar night. It was a Halloween thing. Me and the roommates all picked up those cheap ass Angry Bird costumes, and I was the blue one.
That makes sense. Good get for a cheap, quick costume.
Yep. Yeah. Little to no effort. It was perfect. That thing stayed in my trunk until I sold the car. Just ready to go in case I need a costume.
Did they buy the car with the costume in it?
No, I cleaned it out and just tossed it.
They were like, I really
wanted
this costume.
It got all gross because my trunk leaked. So it was not in good condition.
I get it.
Hey, for $4,800, you can have this costume with a free car. No.
Exactly. I had gone into this question thinking I'd never done that. However, that is incorrect. We also did a couple's costume probably 10 years ago, 11 years ago. I don't know. We did splicers from BioShock. We made paper mache masks.
That's a cool one.
And painted them, and then did fake blood and sprayed it on ourselves with pipe wrenches and stuff. Pretty good time.
I love that. But you just reminded me. I have another one.
Oh,
this is from so the Minecraft one was 2012 or something like that, 2011 maybe. But up around 2015, maybe circa that, I actually did a costume from Costume Quest. I made the unicorn costume.
I remember you doing that.
Yep.
I couldn't remember if that was for a MagFest or something, or if that was a Halloween
thing. Yep, nope, that was in October. I mean, yeah, because listeners, I've done other costumes, I've cosplayed for cons or whatever, but yeah, that one was specifically for October.
Our next demo disc. Are you ready for your 5?
Bring it.
I did not realize I did it. I'm sorry. Kirby's Dream Land 3.
Damn it.
Sorry.
Kirby?
Get that one out of the way. Castlevania The Adventure. R-Type. The Legend of Zelda A Link to the Past. And Iggy's Wreckin' Balls.
Okay, I never played Iggy's.
This one's going to be
tough.
I'm not
sure.
I can tell you right now.
Mark, you're on your own, because...
So it's Kirby's Dream Land 3? Is that what you said?
Apparently.
A Link to the Past. Iggy's Wrecking Ball. Castlevania... Which one was that?
The Adventure.
The Adventure? Is that
it stinks because if you played The Adventure, which nobody has because it's not great, but I love it because it was my first Castlevania game and I like the music. There's a very specific enemy that appears pretty early on, and that is the connective thread between these games. All of these games have a specific type of enemy. I will tell you that.
Sorry, Mark. I think I have a combined maybe 15 minutes between all these games, so...
I mean, I'm trying to think what would I see in Kirby, and that's the toughest part for me.
I'm gonna cheat a little bit
because my first answer was going to be a mummy, but I don't think they exist in Kirby.
Yeah, I don't know if they do.
And bats might make more sense.
That would have been good. I probably could have done that. I was there's also an alternate theme here that is not going to be apparent at all, and it's fine. But yeah, I would say, although none of us know what Iggy's Wrecking Balls is, think along the lines of Iggy's Wrecking Balls.
Okay.
And yeah. When you're thinking about spooky times and creepy things and, what is a type of object maybe that ends up being kind of creepy?
An object.
I kind of cheated a little bit. Sorry.
Please, I'm happy you did.
I pulled up the list of enemy types in Kirby's Dream Land 3.
Okay.
And one of them is a Mariel. Are you referring to a spider?
This is not spiders.
Oh, that's a creepy looking spider, though.
I don't think A Link to the Past has spiders.
Really, not in a dungeon?
Not in that game.
No.
Snakes.
On a plane.
I don't know if you guys are going to land on this unless Matt pulls up. I would say a very easy way to find it is probably pictures of Castlevania the Adventure, but even then,
is it like a crystal ball?
Close. It's definitely that shape.
Is it a type of medallion?
Further away.
Okay, so more spherical.
Mm-hmm.
It's not crystal ball. Creepy. Is it just skull?
Ooh, so close. Something.
Skeleton?
Is it pumpkin? Jack-o'-lantern? Because I don't think Zelda has that. But
an element of a skull, maybe?
Bones. Eyes. Nose. Mouth.
Something ball-shaped?
Brain.
Well, Matt said eye. Is it
When did you say eye?
He said it during all the...
When I listed the entire part of a skull.
That's it. It's an eyeball. Yeah, eyeball is an enemy. There you go. That's the common theme there.
Cyclops.
That might have been the most difficult one here. So hopefully we're through the awkward part. I don't know though. We'll find out. We'll see as we continue.
Don't you bring Kirby back? Kirby's done. Kirby's not allowed back.
Kirby's not on any of the other lists. I can tell you that.
Okay,
we're good.
All right,
we are
turn
clear.
off this. I'm on this Wiki Kirby. It is a very bright, vibrant pink, and just different
beautiful
shades of pink wherever. It hurts
dude.
my eyes.
But for listeners, if you don't know, Kirby, if you want some scary stories to read, Kirby lore.
Yeah, Kirby lore is pretty good lore, and actually way scarier than it has any right to be. If you want to see a living eyeball in action, I would say check out Castlevania the Adventure. It's a fantastic video game to hate. Good music. Good eyeballs. Great eyeballs, I'll tell you that. Do you like, when you are handing out candy to trick-or-treaters, do you prefer to just buy a grab bag of candy to hand out, or do you try and buy candy that you would have liked to have received, and then you give that out? What's your approach?
Honestly, a bit of both. I think like I will grab like a smaller bag of whatever just to fill the bowl, and then get some of the stuff that I would actually eat and share some of that. That way I still have some for myself after the fact. You know, so just kind of mixing it up.
Yeah, okay.
So I have actually never personally handed out candy, but I always had a plan. And this is not because I'm a stooge or a Grinch or whatever. I'll always be out on Halloween. Also, like before COVID, we used to go on vacation during Halloween. Then I lived in an apartment, and then this year I'm not even gonna have the opportunity to hand out candy because I'll be out of town on Halloween. Yeah. So it just, the stars never align. But my idea was always gonna be both: get good stuff, and then also some shitty stuff. And then, but like good costumes, get the good candy. Half-assed ones and shitty ones get.
Oh, you're going
corn.
like that. Wow. All right.
Secretly judging.
Oh, yeah. Duh.
It's like he switched the bowls real quick. Shit.
No, it's, I go deep for the good candy, and then, it's just covered in cocaine-laced candy corn.
You know what? I'd rather have that than a fucking, like, coupon to Kenpo Karate or, like, an Easter egg full of pennies. So, at least make it exciting.
Yeah, people don't.
Well, at least the Easter egg full of pennies you can throw through a window when you leave.
That's true. Shout out to that classic free cheese.
I
podcast.
used to like give shit for the popcorn balls, but I kind of grew to like them over the years. It was like
If
there's
they're
nothing
sealed.
left. Yeah, well, yeah,
You
sure.
want some homemade popcorn ball from a stranger?
No.
I don't know. I did a couple years ago. I guess it was No, it was last year. Gosh, was it? Yeah, because no. I don't remember. Maybe it was
Long
2020.
ago.
I think it was COVID year. I made bags. I made like pre-made bags where I put candy in them and then sealed them up so that it was very easy to I put a tray down so like the kids could come up and grab a bag, and I put sanitizer out. Got like 4 trick-or-treaters. Because I think also now everybody has moved to this stupid trunk or treat, which is just defeating the entire purpose. They don't do it on Halloween, so that's breaking the rule number 1. It's not this. I'm not even. Anyway. Follow-up question. What video game would you give copies of out to? If you were going to give out a video game to trick-or-treaters, if money were no object, you could just buy 1,600 copies of a game to give out to people. Which game would you give out?
Dude, I swear to God, it's the game we're talking about next week. For sure.
Go
For
ahead.
sure.
Reveal it now. We'll remind everybody at the end of the episode, but...
Deadly Premonition. For
the
sure.
one?
Yeah, absolutely. Love it or hate it, everyone should at least play a couple hours of that game.
I think, on Halloween, the game I would give out, honestly, I think it would be Costume Quest. I think
That's
That's a good. Everyone can enjoy that one.
Yeah, I mean, like the game isn't really that difficult by any means. You can get through it pretty quickly. It's probably the most festive game I've played dealing with Halloween, because trick-or-treating is a mechanic. But yeah, it just hits all the right vibes.
Yeah, and I think Costume Quest it's got that kind of perfect feel and flavor to it, as if it were, I don't know, that seems like something you took out of a box of cereal, right? Like, it does feel like a prize. It doesn't, I think that fit.
Plus, it has a TV series on, I think, Amazon. So you can complement that with it.
Not bad. I don't know what I'd give out. My gut is to give out Simon's Quest, just because it doesn't get the justice it deserves. But
Rightfully so.
Huh?
I said rightfully so.
I'm telling you, one day you will play that game and you will be like, you know what? It ain't great, but it's pretty good.
And then we get stuck and remember I have to go crouch in a fucking
No.
corner.
Because when you play it with a guide. And I know that's not what... If you do it, and you just, it's okay. It's fine to use a guide. It's okay.
Is the guide with the game, though?
I'll include it. Thank you. Here you go.
So, no, I'm thinking Earthbound, but okay.
I'll package
That's
it.
how you encourage me to play it.
What has?
No, I mean, you're supposed to play the game with the guide. Package it with the guide, like Earthbound did.
I don't think that they thought you were supposed to play it with a guide back then. I think that, yeah. I think that. I even was poking around at that Castlevania Anniversary Collection. That's, the one that M2 did a couple years ago, and looking through the like bonus materials to see like, did they do anything to give you some hints for Simon's Quest? And like, the only thing they did is say, go talk to the townspeople. But they're like, still, townspeople do not give you, some of them, very obscure, very weird hints. Ugh. I don't know what I'd give out. Symphony of the Night. Let's call it a day, right? Actually, Rondo of Blood. Because I think Rondo is a perfect balance between what you would get with Symphony of the Night and what you had previously with the other Castlevania games. I've really playing Rondo in the last couple years and revisiting it over and over again. If you've not played Rondo of Blood, don't sleep on it. Get out there, get yourself a copy, play some Rondo of Blood. It's probably the best. All right, our next demo disc. And actually, we might... Kirby's Dream Land 4. We're gonna do 2 demo discs back to back here, just because of the way I've got questions balanced out. So our first one, game number 1, or your game list is Mega Man 7, Outrun 2006 Coast to Coast,
Whoa.
Dirge of Cerberus, Final Fantasy 7, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, The Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim.
Arrow in the
Whoa.
foot.
Not a bad guess. There's
I just want to see his face.
Damn it.
And
I know you know it's knee, and you said foot.
there is a 0% chance you guys are going to get this one. Looking at this list of games and with the actual connective thread in.
And the last one was the hardest one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. All right, I'm going to paint a picture a little bit more. I would say Symphony of the Night also falls in this category. I would say that the key connector that ties this to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is the opening cutscene with a shot of Kirby and the song playing.
So I guess these all have like a ending sequence where you see the back of the character staring at a sunset.
Ooh, was it a sunset for Kirby or was it something else maybe?
A sunrise.
Ooh, was it something else? Maybe the opposite of the sun?
I don't the moon.
Oh, what kind of moon maybe?
A full moon.
Whoa,
Fucking
you
dead
got it. All of these games have prominent full moons.
What? Why didn't you say fucking Bloodborne?
Yeah, that probably would have been a good one, wouldn't it?
I mean, the whole world is based off the moon.
Probably.
Breath of the
would.
Wild is a blood moon.
I mean, God, there's that beautiful area with Rom and a full moon.
So for Outrun 2000, is that just 2006? So is that when you're just driving at night and there's just a moon?
Yeah, but it's like a real big moon, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So, all right, let's try this one. This one should be a little bit easier. Jaws, Friday the 13th, A Nightmare on Elm Street, Beetlejuice,
LJN.
Alien 3. Huh?
LJN.
Yeah, that's my guess.
Yeah, these are all video games based on horror movies and published by LJN.
That
I
was the
didn't know
easiest
for
one.
sure about Alien 3, but the first 4 for sure.
Yeah. Yep, you got
Dude,
it.
Aliens for Super Nintendo was like my jam back then.
Yeah, it was a good game. You know what? Why don't we do one more? Yeah, this will make a good sandwich here. Spelunky 2, Grounded, Cool Spot, Parasite Eve, Ori and the Blind Forest.
Which cool spot are we referring to?
The one we played for season 10 of the
Okay.
Free Cheese podcast.
Oh, so not the Game Boy edition.
Not the Game Boy edition.
So all have giant mice in pajamas throwing cheese at you.
They do, but that's not the theme where, yeah. Actually, hold
Damn
on.
it.
Parasite Eve does have a weird rat. Anyway, yeah, you're not far off. Huh.
Say the games, or it was Cool
It is
Spot.
Spelunky 2,
Spelunky 2.
Grounded. You know Grounded, yeah? The Obsidian
the
game.
Yep. Mhm.
Cool Spot, Parasite Eve, Ori and the Blind Forest.
Oh, spiders.
That's what I was thinking.
It
I
is
couldn't remember.
Spiders.
I couldn't remember where they were in Ori though.
So,
I think
all right.
one is like a boss fight,
So
isn't it?
fuck. Oh, God damn it. I had a
I
feeling.
needed
know.
categories that were going to make both of you mad. And I knew spiders would, upset Matt. Mark, I had asked, where you were at with fear.
Right.
We talked about dolls, but specifically the bulging eye. I could not get a good list of video games what have a bulging eye.
I can help you with that. So there's Contra 3.
I know, but I figured, okay, in hindsight, I should have just done that. I just figured if I had said Contra 3, boom, you would have got it right away. Probably not, though.
Maybe.
No,
I don't know. If you throw Kirby in there, it's just it's a
I know.
fucking
3 specifically though.
yeah. Kirby.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough. You know what? Even like if I went with my first fear, which was commitment, you probably would have listed like a bunch of like dating sims or something. Like, shit, I know where this is going.
Or like a really obtuse roguelike or something where like you've got So we've got one more demo disc that we'll get to after this question, and then a final question to close out the episode. Next question: what is your favorite horror adjacent game that you wish more people would play?
Horror adjacent, like, what do you mean by
games with horror elements?
The aforementioned Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest is not necessarily a horror game, but it is horror adjacent, right? There's horror themes.
Yeah.
This is
okay.
I wish more people would play Simon's Quest. I think if you've not played it and you like those old games, you should grab a guide, grab a glass of your favorite sipper. Is that what you guys call drinks these days? That's what I sure do. Sippers. Grab me a couple sippers. Get yourself a sipper and start sipping and take a lick on some Simon's Quest. Honestly, play Simon's Quest. Everyone should play Simon's Quest. But yeah, is there another one out there with spooky themes, spooky...
Ugh, I'm having trouble thinking.
Yeah.
I know this would be one of those things where later today I'm going to be doing absolutely something totally unrelated to this, and I'm just going to say out loud, fuck, I should have said that. I'm trying to think of like a dumb game that I really like that just had one weird horror section out of the blue.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, the section where that guy gives you an axe.
Freaking what was the game we played not too long ago? Or it was like a year or two ago. The puzzle game with the changing the size of the objects.
Oh, Superliminal.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was that one got weird in that one spot.
Half-Life 2 also, Ravenholm.
Yeah, I never left Ravenholm, so I don't know how the rest of that game goes. I
will say Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2. I'm just going to basically list every Castlevania game here if you guys have a minute, but Lords of Shadow 2 was one that I myself on this podcast bashed without ever playing it. But I just thought it was a bad game from what I'd seen, and I played a bit of the demo, and the press around it did a really great job of burying it and making it seem like it was a bad time. And playing it, what was that, Matt?
Yeah.
2020 that I talked about it a bunch, I think?
I'm sorry, I'm in brainstorming mode.
No,
what
keep
game
going.
Did you say? What game
Lords
did you say,
of Shadow 2.
Oh, yeah, you ended up liking that, yeah.
I liked it a lot. Like, it's definitely not my favorite Castlevania. If I did a ranking of Castlevania, which, hey, coming soon to a podcast near you, maybe. But it would probably not be in the top, definitely not top 5, maybe not top 10 Castlevanias, but it's a good Castlevania. Or it's a good game. I don't know that it's a good Castlevania, but it was a good time. I don't know. Turn into a rat.
I feel like I just had my answer and then I lost it immediately.
Sorry.
This is a gimme because we talk about it all the time, but Bloodborne, I would probably, right?
Yeah.
And that's the most the other games, the other From Software games kind of get into that, but I think obviously the Bloodborne I think has more of those ties than the other ones.
Yeah, Bloodborne's rife with it. Another one that I think, not necessarily I wish more people would play, but the creators would do more of, is if Magic the Gathering went back to the cool stuff they did last year with werewolves and vampires, and not outer space crap like they're doing now.
Did you see what was coming soon?
The Post Malone.
No.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it was Magic, but I saw like some like Junji Ito like stuff.
Oh, so yeah, they do this thing called Secret. Shoot, is it Secret Lairs or Secret Labs?
Secret Lair.
Yeah, Secret Lair, where you get these kind of I don't even know what to call them. They're like special limited edition whatever. And yeah, they did
Kind of like Godzilla, like they did before.
So the weird thing is the Godzilla stuff was actually part of a set. Like you could actually get those cards in boosters. The Ito stuff is like you go to Secret Lairs and it's like if you want 5 land cards, it's like $30 because it's just about having the art. You can actually play them in your set, but they're whatever. But they also just did a Post Malone tie-in, so shout outs to Posty, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, get your vape on. They do some weird stuff with that I don't know, whatever. But yeah, they should make more horror sets and less of whatever the heck they've been doing. They're doing like this weird not for me.
I haven't checked in at all.
Every time there's a new set, I kind of like peek back and look through the cards and I'm like, nope. You had a good thing last year and then you. But I know they plan those things out years in advance. So maybe that set did really well last year and they're like, all right, let's fast track the next one. So maybe by next year or the year after, we'll have a good sweep of horror stuff and I don't know.
Or a Post Malone set too.
Or that too. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Did you land on one, Mark?
This might be.
Yeah, I don't know. Like it's having a little bit of trouble.
I would say elements of the Arkham games. Not to be too on the nose with this being around Gotham Knights, but
yeah.
Yeah, I shit my pants that first time. That fucking bat. What's that bat's fucking name?
Oh man,
the first time that first time you're zipping around. Is it City? It's City he's in, right?
I think it's Night.
Or Night. Yeah, whatever. That first, I shit my pants.
Yep.
That first time you're zipping around and you just fucking.
Yep. I have a couple of other answers I would love to say, but they are on my short list for games for season 11.
Again, listener, he says short list, but it's hard to be a short list when he has every game he's played on this list.
No. Actually, I don't think any of the games on my list of now 73 I've ever... some of them have played, I'll give you that. However, most of them are games I've not played. Jot that down. 2, the ones I'm talking about that I would recommend as good horror games are in my top 10 final runners for what I'm moving forward for season 11. Anyway, more on that next year.
So I have my answer, but I gotta know if it qualifies.
Break me.
Ghostwire Tokyo.
Yeah, dude, that's horror adjacent.
Yeah. I was actually lean in and say it's probably like horror.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, I wasn't trying to pick like a full-fledged like horror game, but that is more so like an action game with supernatural, like with horror elements.
Yeah.
It's not really a scary game, but it does some scary
you reminded
things.
me Prey as well.
Oh yeah.
That's not too far.
Yeah.
It like rides that it rides that line of like it can be considered a horror game, but it's more like thriller, I think. Like survival.
Yeah. Like Ghostwire's like side quests are creepier than the main game.
The side quests are super good. Yeah, that was a good game. I had a good time with it. Our final demo disc. Your 5 games. What do these have in common? Zero Time Dilemma.
Shit.
Gears of War 4. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. Final Fantasy VII. Resident Evil.
Specifically Zero Time Dilemma, huh?
Yeah, you said Gears 4. That's the one I
Gears
did not
4.
play.
Shoot.
No,
I
no,
mean,
I'm just trying to think. Like, I'm trying to think of main character, like which part of the story we're in. But yeah, that's the one. That was the reboot before my favorite Gears 5.
I mean, Matt, you might be able to get it based on Final Fantasy VII and Resident Evil. I will say the connective thread between these is optional in Final Fantasy VII and required in Resident Evil.
I'm sorry. Say the games: Gears 4, Final Fantasy 7,
Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, Zero Time Dilemma, and Resident Evil.
It's not. I don't know. You don't switch protagonist at all in Zero Time Dilemma, do you?
You do.
Do you have the option to change it?
Yes. Like, it's divided into 3 teams of 3 people. And you kind of go through their...
Is it different
stories.
playable characters?
No.
Oh, I'm thinking it's gotta be Halloween related.
Is there a chainsaw?
No.
Yeah, but you would specifically have to say 4.
Yeah, I'm thinking Resident Evil 1.
Right.
There's something you have to do. I have a very clear
to...
image of Jill doing it. You can
specifically Jill, like not Chris.
I don't remember Chris doing it. I know Jill does it.
You have to replace a gun with a fake gun.
That'd be good.
You're doing that Final Fantasy.
The Final Fantasy
Fair.
7...
It's like, why do I have this wooden minigun? No.
Final Fantasy 7 thing I'm thinking of, I remember Tifa kind of doing something.
Are you referring... So, wait, are you referring to remake? Did you say remake? I missed that.
No, this is the original. In fact, I don't know that this was in remake. I don't think it was.
I remember Tifa doing it. I know you never left Midgard, so... Dressing up?
No, that might work for almost all of these, but no, it's not where
Zero Time. You don't really.
Oh, right. You remember Jill doing your teeth doing it?
In Bloodstained, it's something you just kind of wander past, and then you can do it. It's not as I might just reveal it here, unless you guys are like.
Is it like environmental?
It is. It's an object in the environment.
Oh, play the piano?
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, Tifa plays the piano to reveal the layer, right? Yep, there it is.
And in Resident Evil, Jill does it. In Bloodstained, you can walk by and interact with it. Gears of War 4, it's so-and-so can do it. Zero Time Dilemma, I don't actually know. It's just on a page that lists out games that have a playable piano. Zero Time Dilemma was there, so I threw it on the list.
Perfect. It might be a puzzle.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
I'm
You have to find the digital root of notes with hex code.
No. There is a straight up. No, there's a straight up puzzle with it. Yeah.
And then, last but not least, our final question for this episode 477 Halloween edition: which video game character is due for its own Luigi's Mansion?
I was hoping to use Luigi's Mansion as an answer for this episode at some point, and now like perfect time to use it. No, kidding.
Now it's in. Yeah.
Well, Ray, Lugu
Mm.
has his own spin-off game called Lugu's Estate, and it's just a Monopoly clone.
I'd play that. I would enjoy that.
It's just Mario Party.
Coming soon to Nintendo Switch.
So their own like Luigi's Mansion, so it's like just a character just like having their own like spin-off game.
Well, I think about it like Luigi's Mansion kind of redefined Luigi as a character, and it took him from being just the sidekick in or the alternate player in certain Mario games to being the star of his own horror video game. And it added a lot of elements to Luigi's character. Like, you know, you think about Smash Brothers and his abilities there, like there's a lot of stuff that ties back to Luigi's Mansion, but I don't know, like these days when I think of Luigi, I think of Luigi's Mansion, I think of his prominence in Mario Kart, and that's kind of it. Like I think Luigi's Mansion is kind of like where I think of Luigi now. He's got his own thing. So which video game character is due for its own Luigi's Mansion? Is it too easy if I say Tails?
I mean, Tails did have his own game on Game Gear. So
yeah, but not horror specifically. I'm thinking like
right. I'm just saying like it's definitely within the realm, like the possibility. Like that one is more likely to happen.
What if we did a side-scrolling shooter where you're playing as Tails in his plane, shooting down the ghosts of all the robots that Sonic has killed? They've kidnapped Sonic, and in order to free him...
Well, you know, the robots were basically keeping the little animal critters inside of them.
See, so
that's
what
what
they
ghosts
wanted you to think for a long time. But actually, as the animals escaped, their souls were left trapped inside, and they've been tormented.
Right, no, you killed them. You killed the animals.
Right. Yeah, Sonic's been killing animals for years, and now the ghosts of all those animals are out for revenge.
I'm going to say Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
I still want that. We talked about it a couple years back on the podcast.
The From Software Scooby-Doo game?
No, that would be good. The Evil Within style Scooby-Doo game.
Oh, right. No, Shaggy specifically. It's his origin story about why he's high all the time. It's to cope with the fears and trauma of his past.
9/11 really did a number on us, huh?
What?
Everything this decade, as we've grown up, we really just need to figure out the reason behind everything. We always try and deconstruct. I'm not objecting your idea. I embrace your idea, but solely for the fact that I think we're all kind of like constantly looking for reasons and gritty reboots and that whole... Yeah. Mark, you got one?
Yes. For some reason, I went to Tingle, the character. Not to be confused with Tinkle, the thing.
Go on.
So Tingle from the Zelda series, for those that don't know, very goofy character, has had standalone games on the DS that were Japan exclusive.
I did not know that. Okay, this news.
Yeah, they're very bizarre, but you know what? Tingle was introduced to Majora's Mask. That was already like a horror adjacent game if you
Yeah.
will.
It was another full moon he could have used.
Yeah.
That would have been too easy at that point. We probably would have guessed it immediately.
Probably.
Probably would have been better than just weird silence and me saying, "No, you're wrong," for 14 minutes. Whatever, we live and learn. Or we don't, because I've done segments like this 1,000 times and I never learned that it's not good podcast material, but whatevs.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I think, I don't know, just Nintendo might just, do a similar idea and just let Tingle just exist in a creepy setting. I don't know. I think it works out. Could work out.
Yeah, I mean, like, you've got different things with Tingle where he's
the only, like,
got all those weird
cartographer.
brothers. That would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what other, like, character I want to see more of, but, that would make sense. I think maybe if you want to stick in the Mario world, I think, like, Daisy would be good,
Sure, I'm for that.
I know you are. But do a weird side spin-off kind of thing. I think you could
Honestly, Waluigi needs some spotlight.
Does he?
His gritty origin story about why he became.
No, I mean, like, he's the only one that doesn't have, like, I mean, aside from Daisy, like, doesn't have, like, a single player thing. Just only tied to multiplayer stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
But he has the upside down L. It stands for something, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have many other answers for this one. Tails.
Yeah, because you have to go to your big franchises. You have to.
Well, I mean, you got most of the popular games now. It's kind of hard to really spin those off into something meaningful like Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's not, I don't know, everything's already sequelized, and...
Or you have something like Fortnite, where it's just tons of crossover things happening all the time, so it's hard to really have, like, a character branch from that. Like, yeah, Fortnite has a couple, like, original characters, but I'm not sure if it's anything you'd want to spin off,
Yeah. I guess that, maybe the ultimate lesson from this is just how important Luigi's Mansion truly is, and how special it is, right? They're rare when you get something that happens
only 3 of them.
Works. Yeah. They gotta be doing a 4th one now, yeah?
I hope so, and if they do, I hope it's on a train.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I don't know. Nintendo bought that company. Super Mario Strikers did not end up like I wanted it, so... I guess it ended up fine. Maybe I just don't like soccer as much as I thought I did. Make a basketball game. Cowards. That works, right? People who won't hear you ever call them cowards, if you call them cowards, they do what you want.
Oh, they'll hear it. Now they will.
All right. Shout out from the rooftop. Baby, I'm ready to go. And we're ready to go celebrate Halloween with the rest of today. Thanks for hanging out with us for episode 477. As Matt revealed earlier, next week, come back for 478, where we discuss and rank Deadly Premonition. Until then, thank you, Mark. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, listener, for listening. Happy Halloween!